Hello, everyone, and welcome to this brand new episode of Christine Means Business. My name is Christine Hansen, and I'm a holistic business coach, meaning that I thrive on helping my clients with cold hard strategy and efficiency, but I also create a lot of space for self-development, personal development, and mindset so that we can love ourselves, that we can love our business, and have a beautiful business that makes bank, but that is also helping us to stay in integrity and with alignment. So today I want to talk about a little piece that I have to admit in the beginning I was completely neglecting. When I started out, I was consuming so many courses on marketing, website building, funnels, all kinds of things. And something that I didn't understand for a long time was how important mindset was. And what mindset basically means, because I hadn't come across the term really, is the way that we think that might stand or that defines our next actions. Sometimes it can push us on, but sometimes it can hold us back. And that's what I see a lot happening when we are in business and we have people who do everything strategically right, but then they just can't get themselves to really show up, to really be authentic, to have their soul in their business. And very often that's because of mindset. It's really difficult for them to sell, to actually charge what they know they are worth, given all their education, all their years of experience. And so what I want to tell you is this year for this episode, I'm going to give you 5 main mindset blocks that I see, or triggers that I see happening over and over again. The first one is what we call imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is basically when you feel underqualified. You might have 10, 20 courses, diplomas, certifications under your belt, and yet you still don't feel like an expert, or it makes you cringe to call yourself an expert or to charge like an expert. And that is something that is very real, because we are told from the beginning that we shouldn't brag. Pride comes before the fall, all kinds of definitions or terms or expressions like that are ingrained in our brain and that hold us back. So mindset work would be to investigate, actually, what is triggering me? When is it holding me back? And then overcoming that. It doesn't mean that it won't exist anymore, but in the future, you will be aware of it and you'll be able to say, no, I know that it's here, but I'm not going to let it hold me back. And you will be able to take that next step or to investigate whether you actually agree with it or not. The second thing that I see a lot happening is when it comes to charging and selling. And I find sometimes, unfortunately, we choose our pricing because we compare. We go to other coaches and we see how they charge, what their package is. But here's the thing, nobody is like you. Nobody knows what you do. And everyone can get all the information they want from the internet. It's just a fact. There are books on everything. There are blogs on everything. The difference is how we teach it. The difference is how we create space. The difference is the format. The difference is how we speak, our own experiences. So comparing doesn't make sense. The other thing that you can do in order to create your packages with integrity is to actually know your numbers, to actually know how much you need to make for a living, because that's what you do. It's your job. And if you went to a workplace and they told you how much do you want your salary to be, you would know how much money you need a month. So it's very similar. When you actually know what you really need, then you can create packages and structures around it. The third thing that I see in terms of mindset is this issue with money, in terms of not just how am I qualified, but in general being okay with liking money, being in love with money. And I'm not saying that you have to be, super rich like a Kardashian and spend money that way, even though you might like to watch them and stalk them out a little bit. It doesn't mean that you are like them, or it doesn't mean that you are like a person who has a lot of money that you might not like. That denominator is not justifying, or it's not characterizing you. It doesn't have anything to do with you as a persona. Money is just a tool. It's an energy. It's something that you use the way you want to give you freedom most of the time. And so it's really a lot of work sometimes to come to terms with that and to fall in love with it and to feel good about it and to just understand that everything we do is an exchange for time, for wisdom, for, well, sometimes products, but even those products are for time or to make something easier, or wisdom again. So once we get that, it is so much easier to have those transactions, to have those conversations, and to actually grow to 6 figures. Then we have the mindset of time, which is that, especially if you have a family or if you have a lot of friends, and you want to use your time as wisely as you can. But at the same time, sometimes we qualify that a lot of time means that is worth money, when in the coaching industry specifically, it's not. It's not how many hours I work with a client, but it's when I have that time with them, how can I transform them? How can I save them time? And I personally know when I work with my clients, within an hour, I literally save them years of self-experimentation, of taking hour-long courses. So time is just this thing that doesn't work like it does in a corporate world, for example, where you literally timestamp. So that's also a mindset thing that needs to be changed a little bit. And then the last one that I really want to talk about when it comes to the 6-figure business is a lot of the time, and it also has to do with finances. Unfortunately, a lot of it does. But most of us went out in order to create, again, free time, or because we have a bigger issue or a bigger project, a bigger passion, a bigger vision. And it is important to understand that you cannot start to give back before you actually have the resources to live a comfortable life yourself. Once you do that, you can take your profit and then you can do with it whatever you want. And it's really important to understand the difference between revenue and profit. Profit is really what you have after everything goes away, or you can even restructure your business and make sure you have a profit first and your business expenses are never higher so that your profit stays the same or can grow. Which is why I love super simple systems where I don't have to spend a lot of money on anything else. So that is also a big one, because then you can think about scholarships. You can, every time you have someone saying you're too expensive, just tell them, well, stay on my email list. I'm building a scholarship fund right now. And once that goes live, you can apply for it. Those are ways that you can pay your bills, that you can, have your time off without a bad, guilty conscience, and you can give back at the same time. So hopefully this has helped you a little bit to get those gears thinking and to start working on that mindset to get you to the 6 or next 7 figures. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you want to know more about the Impact with Integrity method, which is what I teach and do with my clients, then head over to my free training, christinemeansbusiness.com/5-pillars, and you will get to know more for that. It's absolutely free. I'll talk to you very, very soon.